Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are tuning in from in the world. And it is Friday, so we're going to close off the week with a full-bodied mobility session followed by an energizing Bhastrika Breathwork. We're going to make a start. I want you to come into tabletop position on your mat. I want to start warming up the spine. So again, we're just going to do some cat-cows. Knees under hips, hands, wrist under shoulders, around in the spine, tucking the tailbone, pushing the mat away. Just hold that position for 3, for 2, and 1, and then going into our cow position, so the opposite direction, arching the spine, arching our back, sticking our glutes out, and looking up. Inhale for 3, for 2, and 1. And then back into our cat position for 3, for 2, and 1. And again, cow for 3, for 2, for 1. 3, for 2, and 1. Sit into your child's pose position. Widen your knees as much as you need to. Sink your belly, your chest, and your chin down to the ground. We're going to walk our hands over to 10 o'clock. Once your left hand reaches 10 o'clock, place the right hand on top. And just breathe into the right hand side there, breathing into the lat. Just imagine you're trying to fill up that side with air. And then we'll walk over to the other side, walking over to the right side, and just do the same. Once you get around 2 o'clock with the right hand, place the left hand on top and just breathe into that left hand side. And then walking over to center, keeping the belly, the chest, the chin very low, coming into a cobra. And exhale, coming back to the mat. And I'm going to go for 3 of these. Inhale, chest out, shoulders back. And then exhale. Last one, hold it for 3, for 2, and for 1. I'm going to tuck the toes now. Coming up into our first downward facing dog. And I just want you to kind of bend the right knee, dip your hips to over to the right hand side, bend the left knee, dip your hips over to the left hand side. Play around with it. If you need to pedal your feet, just do whatever you need to do to get yourself warmed up and get your body moving. We're going to come onto the knees and see onto the knees in a seated position like this. And I want you to place both hands directly in line with your knees, fingertips facing towards the back of the mat. And we're just going to rock side to side, spread your fingers as wide as you can, rocking side to side, and then slightly just rotate them. So you're going to be rotating the right hand anti-clockwise and the left hand clockwise. Until the fingertips are facing towards the front. And then what we're going to do is just retract them slightly, just bring them back so that the fingertips are in line with your knees, with the top of the knees. And then we're just going to rock forwards and back. Like that. And then shake the wrists off. Back into our tabletop position. We want to do something called thread the needle. So what we'll do, we're going to support ourselves with the right hand. Take our left hand. Just remember your positioning. Your knees want to be underneath your hips and your hands and wrists underneath your shoulders. So you're kind of looking like a tabletop with 4 legs. Okay. Supporting with the right hand side, we're going to take our left hand. We're going to twist, exhale up, and then keep exhaling. And then just thread that arm under, hence the name thread the needle. And just get a nice twist going on there. And if you can't, bringing down your head to the mat. Place the right hand on top of the left. And then twist again. If you want to, you can drop this hand, internally rotate, drop it around your back, and start to walk to the other side of your back, or you can walk it up your back. Almost like you're trying to grab hold of your left pocket on your trousers. On each exhale, you might find you can twist a little bit further into it. And then we're going to walk this right hand back around, just out in front of us. And then over slightly to the left hand side and just push down ever so slightly. And then walk it back. Pushing up. Untwisting. Oh, lovely. And then just, if you need to move kind of side to side, just to have a bit of a reset. And we're going to move over to the other side now. Exactly the same. Supporting with the left hand. I'm going to take the right hand. Twist up to the right. And then exhale. Twisting down and under. Threading the needle through. Placing the right ear on the mat. Oh. Place the left hand on top of the right and twist, going up. And then again, walking that left hand round, trying to grab hold of the right pocket. And I'll just hold this here for a few breaths. And then walking it back round in front of us, slightly over to the right hand side, and then just pushing that armpit down on the mat. Okay, walking it back up and release. Again, if you need to do anything to have a little bit of a reset. Oh, lovely. You're going to take a seated position now. And again, going in front of the twist. We've done this one before. If you would like to make this a little bit harder, there's 2 things we can do here. Let's place, tell you what, let's do this one, because you should be able to do this anyways. You're going to place the right foot over the left leg. Now we're going to extend the left arm, wrap it around the right. You should really feel this in the right glute. Inhale the right arm up. Now place it behind you. That just allows your body to sit up straight And you're going to exhale and twist around to the right hand side. Inhale it back to the center. Extend the right foot out in front of you. Bring on the left over the right leg. Okay, and then extend the right arm out in front of you. Kind of lean forward. You're going to wrap your arm round, bring it in, pulling that into the armpit. Remember the dorsiflexion in your foot. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale. Now twist. And inhale back to the center. Just do whatever you need to do to kind of reset that spine. We're going to place the hands behind us, fingertips facing to the back of the mat. And then what we're going to do, take kind of a 90-degree bend in the knees. And we're just going to come forward, stretch in the shoulders, in the chest. And if you want to make this a little bit more difficult, you can drive your hips up. And then sit back into it. Hands by your side. Stretching out the forearms, stretching out those biceps. And if you want to come a little bit further into it, stretch the fingers out even more. And then just come forward and release. And now I'm going to widen the feet, widen the legs as much as you can. And what we're going to do, we're going to move around in a circular motion, just like this. And maybe every time you come forward, you get a little bit further forward. Just think belly, chest, and chin coming forward. Let's do 10 of these. If you notice, I've still got my dorsiflexion. Then we're going to go anti-clockwise. And 10. And now, what I want you to do, sit up nice and straight. Inhale the arms up. And then exhale, going to start to fold forward, hinging at the hips. If you need a block or a cushion, it can help you by just placing it underneath your sit bone. I'm going to start to sink the belly down ever so slightly. If you can, take hold of the big toes or take hold of your ankles. And we're going to use this to help us pull down. But again, we're not trying to hunch our back. We're trying to sink down belly, chest, and chin. And then hold. On each exhale, you might find that you get a little bit further in. And then come back up. Now, if you've joined these sessions before, you will have you'll have heard me talk about the pelvic floor muscle and how we kind of use that is, imagine you need to go to the toilet for a piss, basically, and you're really, really trying to hold it in, and you're trying to suck that up and in and kind of clench. And then what we're going to do, we're going to exhale here, This is going to allow us to get further into the fold. We're going to exhale, suck the belly in, try and just suck that belly up and in at the same time, pulling up that pelvic floor muscle. It's going to allow us to get deeper into this forward fold. So take a deep breath in, inhale the arms up, exhale. We're going to suck the belly in, pull up on the pelvic floor muscle and fold forward. And just hold this here for a few breaths. And 5, and coming back up. I want to take you back over into this position. Bring the toes together, knees as wide as you need to. And what we want to do, we want to start walking ourselves backwards. Now, dependent on your level, depending on your flexibility in your quads, is where you're going to get to here. Now, when I first started doing this quite a few years ago, I was like here and I was feeling it. But I practiced it every day. And what you do, you just find your biting point. So if that's where the maximum way you can go to, then you kind of just pivot, pulsate up and down. And then eventually you'll get to a point where you can lie down on the mat. And again, I'm trying to keep everything down. So the hips aren't driving up here at the minute. And if you are somebody who can get down this far and you want to make it a little bit more difficult, start to bring the knees together and really start to focus on engaging here in the lower abs, in the pelvis, the top of the quads, the hip flexors. And we're just going to hold this. We're just going to stay in this position for the 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. What you can do here, draw your shoulders in, push down on your elbows, and then push yourself up a little bit at a time. I want you to come forward now. I'm going to tuck the toes here. I'm going to go into our little yogic squat. Again, I'll just move over this way so you can see what's going on. We're just going to play around in this position here. So you might find that you can sit comfortably like that, but you might find that you're on, the tops of your feet, on your toes, and you're just going to keep in the elbows on the inside. Let's just play around with it. Use your hands for support. And then if you want to get a little bit deeper into the movement, you can kind of just drop one knee in and one knee out. And even open up this, like you drop the left knee in and then you're opening up this right side and then come back. Drop the right knee in, then back, open up the right side. Did I say left side? I think you know what I meant. And then, and what we're going to do now is, just come up ever so slightly. Support yourself with the left side. You're going to place the right hand underneath the right foot and just use your foot to give your hand, to give your wrist a bit of a massage. And then move over to the other side, support yourself for the right, and just use your left foot to give your left hand a massage. And then just one vertebrae at a time. When I come up, place the hands on the hips, drive the hips forward ever so slightly, and take a nice back bend. Lovely. Now we're going to take our seated position. We're going to do our Bhastrika, which is a forced breath in and out of the nose. If you've done this before and you need some tissue, go and grab some tissue now. And I'll just explain how this goes. So you're going to be sat in a comfortable seated position. Make sure you've got some space behind you. I know sometimes we sit against the wall, but make sure you've got some space behind you, because we're going to basically starting off like this, elbows in, fists are clenched. Inhale through the nose, reach up. Open up the hands. Imagine we're just grabbing hold of the air, and then exhale, bringing the elbows back down, bringing the hands back down, really forcefully exhaling. And yeah, we're going to do a few rounds of these, usually around 30 breaths at a time. And so we'll make a start. Clench the fists in by our sides. We'll start off slow. We're going to inhale, exhale through the nose. Taking some deep inhales in through the nose, out through the nose. It's an almost energizing but calming kind of sensation that you should be feeling. And we'll go for another round. Told you might need some tissue. Bless me. I'm going to go for one more round. Deep inhale through the nose and out through the nose. Deep inhale through the nose and then just let out a big sigh. And allow your breath to return to normal now. We're going to close the session off with a little bit of a longer visualization, meditation, manifestation. And you can stay in a seated position, or you can take a lying down pose, which I'm actually going to take. We've got a good 3.5 minutes left. And just relax your arms out by your side. Relax your full body. Just allow your breath to return to normal. And again, we're about to practice our visualization technique. So I want you to think of something in life that you are striving for, something that you desire. It could be a certain goal that you're trying to reach, whether that's in your personal life or your business. It could be, I always say this, but our physique. It could be getting those abs out for the summer. And now, how does it feel? How does it feel to be in that position? How does it feel to have reached your goal? Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling content? Who else is around you? Who else is it having an effect on? And if we're going to choose I'm going to go with the fitness example. If you're feeling good, if you've got a lot of energy, you're in very good shape. How are you feeling? Are you feeling confident? And now what I want you to do is think of an action step. So what is one thing that you can do today or this week? What's one thing that you could work on for the rest of this month to get you one step closer to where you want to be? I want you to revert back to this. This is the formula. It's thought. So you think of the thought plus feeling, and then you tie the emotion to it. So you really, really need to feel the emotion. Like, what does it feel like? And then times action. You've got to take the action. Once you start to do this, things will start happening quicker than you imagined. Opportunities will present themselves. The universe will literally help you on your way. So just think thought plus feeling times action. And again, once we finish this session, I want you to get a pen and a piece of paper and just write down thought plus feeling times action equals result. Just give you a minute just to think on that. Okay, if you are lying down, just roll over onto your right hand side and just take a breath here for a minute. And once you feel comfortable, come to a comfortable seated position. And just take a couple of breaths here. And I want to just close this session by saying thank you. Thank you to you guys for joining. But also thank you to God, thank you to the universe, thank you to your higher power. I hope everybody has a great weekend. I hope you enjoyed this session and took a lot of value from it. And I will see you all again on Monday morning. Goodbye. Have a great weekend.